Okay, let us discuss environment, various important aspects for prelims. As you all know, ecology, climate change, biodiversity, environment, ecology, climate change, biodiversity, environment is there in our syllabus. Indian Forest Service and Civil Services preliminary exam go together. Forest Service preliminary exam and Civil Service preliminary exam is being conducted together. For that reason, we have to work on ecology environment extensively. Okay. Now I will discuss about various aspects which are very important for ecology and environment preparation and how to deal about it. From now on, every day I will give you a discussion on environment for 1 hour. First thing, National Green Tribunal. National Green Tribunal. From last 2-3 years, every week at least once, we are finding National Green Tribunal in the newspaper. NGT's various decisions, including Art of Living, Yamuna River, to NGT recently issued a stay on Neutrino Observatory. On various aspects, NGT is in use. So NGT is very, very important. And NGT was created by National Green Tribunals Act. NGT was created, National Green Tribunal was created by National Green Tribunals Act. And earlier we used to have environmental codes. National Green Tribunal replaced environmental codes. Tribunals, as one, are quasi-judicial bodies. After Australia and New Zealand, India is the third country to have green tribunal, similar tribunal. First is Australia, second is New Zealand, third is India. India have this tribunal called Green Tribunal. Coming to the point, National Green Tribunal have to expeditiously dispose the cases. In National Green Tribunal, the current chairman of National Green Tribunal was Umesh Dattatreya Salvi. And in National Green Tribunal, they also follow principles of natural justice. The National Green Tribunal has been established in 2010 under NGT Act 2010 for expeditious adjudication of cases. Principal place of location is Delhi, and it has the NGT's principal place of location is Delhi. It has benches in Bhopal, Pune, Calcutta. It has benches in Bhopal, Pune, Calcutta and Chennai. And also Chennai. Bhopal, Pune, Calcutta and also Chennai. This is very important. Bhopal, Pune, Calcutta and Chennai. National Green Tribunal is a very important tribunal, and the structure and jurisdiction is something different. It acts like a civil code, not like a criminal code. Remember, it acts like a civil code, and it will implement certain acts, it will enforce certain acts. Not everything comes under Green Tribunal. Only provisions under certain acts comes under Green Tribunal. In prelims, they may give a question. Green Tribunal will pursue the cases, will take up the cases relating to the following acts. Green Tribunal will pursue the cases or will take up the cases relating to the following acts. That's very important. Kinda ఏ చట్టాల వల్ల Green Tribunal వాటిలో పాటిస్తుంది. What are the acts that Green Tribunal will follow? The Water Act 1974. The Water Act 1974. the Water Cess Act 1977. The Forest Act 1980. The Air Act 1981. The Environmental Protection Act 1986. The Environmental Protection Act 1986. The Public Liability Insurance Act 1991. The Biodiversity Act 2002. Star mark point. The NGT has not been vested with the powers. Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Indian Forest Act 1927. Various laws enacted by the states and various laws enacted by the states relating to forests, forest, tree preservation, forests, tree preservation. NGT does not deal with various acts relating to forest, tree preservation, etc. Okay. So, Wildlife Protection Act cases will not go to NGT. For example, peacock got killed. You cannot file a case in NGT. Oka nemalni champeste, you cannot file a case in NGT. NGT deals with only specific acts. NGT deals with only specific acts. Water Act, Air Act, Biodiversity Act, but not Wildlife Protection Act. NGT is very much in use. There is a possibility that you may get a question on NGT, National Green Tribunal. So Australia and New Zealand have done it. NGT is a statutory body which was created through National Green Tribunal Act. Green Tribunal Act created NGT, National Green Tribunal. Remember this. And it has to expeditiously adjudicate the cases. It has to expeditiously adjudicate the cases. That is, you have 6 months time. NGT has to dispose. NGT has to dispose. The principal bench is in New Delhi, and the sittings of the court are in 4 other places. This is National Green Tribunal. Important for exam. Next. And NGT will also deal with principles of natural justice. It will not only strictly, there is no need to strictly follow CPC rules. It will also follow principles of natural justice. GEF, Global Environmental Facility. Global Environmental Facility was founded in 1991. It is one of the funding facilities for the various UN conventions to protect the climate change, biodiversity, environment, etc. Till date, there are 183 countries members in GEF, Global Environmental Facility. 183 countries which are members in GEF, Global Environmental Facility. And in this GEF, not only member countries but also NGOs and other groups also partner the Global Environmental Facility. Funding. Funding is very important for any organization and for any convention. You promise many things. Without funding, that promises cannot be delivered. In order to protect the environment, in order to protect biodiversity, climate change, you need to have certain funds. That funds will be provided through Global Environmental Facility. And 183 countries are the member countries in the Global Environmental Facility. 183 countries are the countries have membership in GEF, Global Environmental Facility, which was founded in 1991. GEF. For all these issues, GEF will fund. GEF will give money to protect climate change, to stop climate change, to protect biodiversity, to protect various persistent organic pollutants, abolition. All these things, GEF will give fund. And next point, the GEF also serves as financial mechanism for the following conventions. Number 1, Convention on Biodiversity. Number 1, Convention on Biodiversity. Number 2, UNFCCC. UNFCCC. United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. UNFCCC. UNFCCC. United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. One is CBD, Convention on Biodiversity. Second is UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Third, UN Convention to Combat Desertification. UN Convention to Combat Desertification. UN Convention to Combat Desertification. Fourth, Stockholm Convention on POPs. Persistent organic pollutants. Stockholm Convention on POPs. POP means persistent organic pollutant. In prelims they will give a question. Montreal Protocol is related to ozone depletion. Stockholm Convention is related to POP. Or what is the convention which deals with persistent organic pollutants? Stockholm Convention. Okay, and last is Minamata Convention on Mercury. Minamata Convention. This is also very important. 15 days back, India signed this. 15 days back, India signed Minamata Convention on Mercury. So you may get a question. Minamata Convention is related to mercury. Or what is the convention that deals with mercury? Minamata. In Japan, there is a place called Minamata Bay. There, fishes consume Minamata. Fishes consume mercury. There, fishes consumed in the Minamata Bay. Fishes consume mercury. And after people eating these fishes, people died. So, Minamata is a place famous for mercury contamination, mercury pollution. For that reason, Minamata Convention is related to mercury. So, Global Environmental Facility deals with 5 important conventions. First is Convention on Biodiversity. Second is UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Third is you have United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, UN Convention to Combat Desertification. Fourth is Stockholm Convention on Persistent Organic Pollutants. Fifth is Minamata Convention on Mercury. All these conventions, the major fund provider is Global Environmental Facility. This is important question. And apart from that, they will ask you, already asked the question is, ozone question they have already asked. Ozone depletion, which convention, which protocol? Montreal Protocol. They may ask you, Stockholm Declaration is related to persistent organic pollutants. Minamata is related to mercury. Stockholm is related to persistent organic pollutants, POPs. Minamata is related to mercury. This is GEF, Global. Parali Islands, PARALI. Parali Islands, PARALI, island. Parali Islands are the uninhabited islands in Lakshadweep. Parali Islands are the uninhabited islands in Lakshadweep. Uninhabited means nobody will reside there. In Lakshadweep, they are under vanishing. They are going to vanish. That is the reason why Parali Islands are in use. Parali Islands are antarichipobothunnayi. Parali Islands are under vanishing situation. So, Parali Islands are in Lakshadweep. Lakshadweep lo unnai. For that reason, Parali Islands are in use. Take Parali 2, Parali 3. And they are the part of Bangaram Atoll. They are the part of Bangaram Atoll. They are the part of Bangaram Atoll. ATOLL. I will explain you what is when I am discussing about coral reefs. What is an atoll? ATOLL. So, Parali Islands are important because they are under vanishing situation. Where they are located into? They are located in Lakshadweep Islands. whenever IUCN gives any information in red data list, that will be a question in UPSC, as I told. Whenever IUCN gives. What is IUCN? International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. IUCN. International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. Red data list. Red data list means it will give the list of endangered flora and fauna. The heading itself is a question. International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. Not just nature, but also natural resources. That's called IUCN. International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. The headquarters of IUCN are at Glaland, Switzerland. G-L-A-N-D, Glaland, Switzerland. The IUCN is a membership union uniquely composed of, uniquely means distinctively, pratyekanga, uniquely composed of governments and civil society organizations. Governments and civil society organizations. It provides public, private and non-governmental organizations, with the knowledge and tools that provides human development, economic progress, and natural conservation. IUCN was formed in the year 1948. World's largest. It's the world's largest and most diverse environmental network. It reached 1300 organizations. And 10,000 experts. See, Convention on Biodiversity and CITES, Convention on International Trade on Endangered Species, Convention on Biodiversity, Convention on International Trade on Endangered Species, all were prepared under the auspices of IUCN. IUCN played a crucial role in Convention on Biodiversity, Convention on International Trade on Endangered Species. All these things IUCN took a lead. It's very important. This IUCN regularly publishes red data list, red data book or red data list. If there are more number of pink pages in the book, that means the situation is being worst. The situation is being problematic. If more and more number of pages are colored in pink color, that means the situation of environment is not good. Means more and more nature and natural resources, more and more flora and fauna are becoming endangered, threatened or vulnerable, more and more are coming. If the book contains more and more number of green pages, that means situation is being bettered. Situation is in positive side. So more number of green pages means situation is good. More number of red pages means, pink pages means situation is bad. Okay. IUCN red data list. Good situation, bad situation. Remember this. Here comes a point. 6 months back, snow leopard. In India, earlier, snow leopard is endangered. In India, earlier, snow leopard is endangered. Now it is in vulnerable. So the position of snow leopard got improved. It is just vulnerable, but not endangered. This might be a question in prelims. The position of snow leopard got improved from endangered to vulnerable. Snow leopard పరిస్థితి మెరుగుపడింది. Endangered నుంచి vulnerable లోకి వచ్చింది. The situation of snow leopard got improved from endangered to vulnerable. Remember, many experts say they are not yet out of danger. But many experts say they are not yet out of danger. They are facing threats from poaching to climate change. Poaching means illegally capturing and killing the animals. Illegally capturing the animals. So poaching to climate change, they are vulnerable. Tiger census is an important prelims question. 2 years back, in the tiger census, the tigers in India are 2226. Okay, remember, Karnataka have highest number of tigers in India. Next is Uttarakhand. Karnataka have highest number of tigers in India. Next is Uttarakhand. Next is, who will count tigers? Who will conduct tiger census? This is an important question. Basically, WII, Wildlife Institute of India. Remember, in India, in the year 2010, we have 1706 tigers. Pululu. In India, in the year 2010, we have 1706 tigers. In the year 2014, we have 2226. And now, again we have new tigers. And the tiger census in India, the All India Tiger Census in India, right now is going on, and they are even using mobile apps. They used to use Pugmark. Tiger Conservation Authority also supports tiger census. Main organ is Wildlife Institute of India and NTCA, National Tiger Census Authority. What is a Pugmark? Pugmark means recognizing the tiger by a footprint. Pugmark, every individual animal has its own distinct footprint. In the year 2016, IUCN data list told that giant panda is no longer endangered. So the position of giant panda got improved. Giant panda like snow leopard have shifted from endangered to vulnerable. Giant panda have shifted from endangered to vulnerable. So the situation of giant panda also increased in 2016. In 2017 it is snow leopard. In 2016 giant panda. Remember, giant panda. Next important thing about environment, olive ringlet turtles. Olive ringlet turtles or olive ringlet sea turtles. Turtle and Tabil. Very good. Earlier, there is a lot of tension about olive ringlet turtles. Olive ringlet turtles used to travel from Pacific coast to Indian Ocean every year. In the Indian beaches, generally Orissa, West Bengal, some areas of Andhra and even Tamil Nadu, they used to come and lay eggs. In Orissa, Gahir Mata, basically Rishikulya and Nanda Devi. Every year, at least once or twice in Hindu paper, you will find an article on olive ringlet turtles. Every year, once or twice, you will find an article. Every year, UPSC aspirants expect a question and go. But question have not yet come. Anytime it might come. Anytime it might come. All you relay turtles. And India had very good conservation programs. And the major threat is their eggs. Poachers poach the eggs. Trawlers, fishing nets destroy the eggs. Mostly they lay the eggs near the beaches. And one of the finest point in the alligator turtles is the mother will come to hatch the egg. The mother will come to lay the egg where the mother was born. They travel to any distance but come to the same place and lay the egg. So that is the greatness of alligator turtles. And particularly Orissa beaches, particularly Gahirmata, Rushikulya. Rushikulya beach, just remember, Rushikulya beach in Orissa is very famous for alligator turtles hatching, nesting, all those things. So alligator turtles is very important for exam. Alligator turtles are the smallest. Alligator turtles are the smallest and most abundant. Alligator turtles are the smallest and the most abundant of all sea turtles. Of all sea turtles found in the world. Most smallest. Alligator turtles are the most smallest and abundant of all sea turtles found in the world, and they live in warm waters, Pacific warm waters. They inhabit in Pacific warm water. Warm water. They live in Pacific Ocean, some Atlantic and Indian Ocean also. Warm waters in Pacific, Atlantic and Indian. They have cousin turtles. Kemping. Kemps. K-E-M-P-S. Kemps ridley turtles. Alligator turtles have cousin turtles. Alligator turtles have cousins. Kemps. K-E-M-P-S. Kemps ridley turtles. K-E-M-P-S. Kemps ridley turtles, which are also equally important. The olive ridley turtles are in vulnerable list. The olive ridley turtles are in the vulnerable list. 2 feet length. They grow 2 feet length and up to 50 kg in weight. They grow 2 feet length and up to 50 kg in weight. The name olive comes from its color of carapace. The color of its carapace is olive color. So they are called olive ridley turtles. They are carnivorous. Carnivorous means they will eat both vegetarian and non-vegetarian. Herbivorous means eating only vegetarian. Olive ridley turtles are carnivores. They eat jellyfish. Olive ridley turtles are carnivorous. You know, in prelims they will ask the particular rowlet is nocturnal. That means night and day it will awake, or night it will awake, active more. Are you nocturnal? You are active more. Olive ridley turtles are herbivorous or carnivorous? They are carnivores. These type of questions they will ask. Okay? ABCD, in ABCD they will put olive ridley turtles are carnivores. You should know whether they are carnivorous or herbivorous. Olive ridley turtles are carnivorous. They eat jellyfish, they eat shrimp, snails, crab, etc. Even fish and their eggs. Some varieties of fish and their eggs. Olive ridley turtles are carnivorous. They eat shrimp, crab, jellyfish, some varieties of fish and their eggs also. See, Orissa government made it mandatory to use TEDs while fishing. Turtle excluded devices. TED. Turtle excluder devices. So that while fishing you will not harm turtles. So all your data turtles are in the vulnerable list in the IUCN red data list. You have to also read about various turtle varieties. That we will discuss in the other class. Next important thing. Kanha Tiger Reserve in Pakistan and Bangladesh also, but they were extinct now. But they were in extinction now. But they were in extinction now. They were in extinction now. Barasingha swamp deer is distinct. We can identify it very easily. Their antlers. You know, these have antlers like this. These swamp deers have 3 lines of antlers. These deers have 3 lines of antlers. These kunde kommulu 3 vankalu tiguntayi. 3 lines of Barasingha swamp deers are distinct in deer species because their antlers have 3 distinct lines. They have 3 lines. Their antlers are 3 lines. That you can recognize Barasingha in that way. Next, CITES, CITES. CITES. Convention on International Trade. Convention on International Trade in endangered species. Of wild flora and fauna. Convention on International Trade in endangered species of wild flora and fauna. This is CITES. CITES. There are 183 countries in the CITES. India is also a member in CITES. CITES is a voluntary agreement. CITES is a voluntary agreement between governments. Voluntary agreement between governments. CITES is a voluntary agreement between governments. The objective is the international trade of wild flora and fauna should not threaten their survival. The international trade in wild flora and fauna should not threaten their survival. That means the international trade you can do, but not at the cost of their survival. If they are in the extinct mode, or when they are endangered, or when their life will become endangered if you transport them, or your transportation or trade, if it ends their life or sustenance, you are not supposed to trade with those wild flora and fauna, because biodiversity is very important. CITES wanted to protect biodiversity. CITES agreement is a voluntary agreement done under the auspices of IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. So whenever you are trading wild flora and fauna, that trade should not threaten their survival. That trade should not threaten their survival. There are 183 countries under CITES. Though it is a voluntary agreement in the initial stages, now countries are legally binding. They have to follow it. They cannot endanger the species with their trade. They have to legally follow it. India's ranking in Environmental Performance Index. India's ranking in EPI, Environmental Performance Index, is 177 out of 180 countries. Worst performance 177 out of 180 countries. 177 out of 180 countries. Environmental Performance Index is given by Yale University, Yale, Y-A-L-E, Yale University, Columbia University, along with World Economic Forum. Yale University, Columbia University, along with World Economic Forum. So India's rank is very bad in Environmental Performance Index this year. India's ranking is 177 out of 180 countries, and Environmental Performance Index is given by Yale University, Columbia University, along with World Economic Forum. Next. National Green Tribunal stayed the Neutrino project. National Green Tribunal issued a ban or stay on Neutrino project. Neutrino project is started in Neutrino Observatory is established in Theni district, THENI, Theni district, Bodhi Hills, Tamil Nadu. Theni district, Bodhi Hills, Tamil Nadu. Neutrino Observatory is established in Theni district, Bodhi Hills in Tamil Nadu. NGT issued a stay on it. In this perspective, you may get a question on neutrinos. Okay. Basically, India was the pioneer in neutrino research, but India lost the track. India was a pioneer in the neutrino research, but India lost the track. People get confused between neutrinos and neutrons. Neutrons have the capacity of destruction. Neutrinos are very, very small particles, subatomic particles, very small, with zero mass or with minimum mass, without much mass. And with the naked eye you cannot see neutrino. Neutrinos keep on traveling before us. Only we should have specific observatory near that. With the naked eye we cannot. Millions of neutrinos pass, and neutrinos have the capacity to transfer from one place to other place very fast. Even it can travel from under the earth, and it can travel in the atmosphere, and when they are traveling they change flavors according to the place they travel. When they travel from one place to another place, according to their place of travel they change flavors. So by seeing the neutrinos flavor we can understand the secrets of universe. Sometimes the presence of mines and minerals, sometimes early detection of things like earthquakes, or sometimes even the secrets like how living beings have come to the world, all these things. But unfortunately we question a lot about neutrinos, thinking that they are contaminants to environment. They are very damages, they will cause damage to the environment. That was a basic problem. So to address this problem, in 2015 itself, APJ Abdul Kalam, I think it is his last article in the Hindu paper. It is his last article in Hindu paper. APJ Abdul Kalam wrote this article, which is the last article in Hindu paper in 2015 on neutrinos. He wanted to shatter the myth of the field. Earlier we used to have neutrino observatory in Polar Goldfields area, Karnataka. Earlier, before this neutrino observatory in Theni district, Bodhi Hills, Tamil Nadu, earlier we used to have in KGF, Kolar Goldfields, Karnataka. But it is not that successful, the experiment. It was stopped in between. Magnetized iron calorimeter. Magnetized iron calori, CALORI meter. The magnetized iron calorimeter being set up at INO is the largest in the world. Magnetized iron calorimeter being set up in the Indian Neutrino Observatory is largest in the world, weighing around 50,000 tons. Weighing around 50,000 tons. Neutrinos first proposed by Swiss scientist Wolfgang Pauli, WOLFGANG, Wolfgang Pauli in 1930. Wolfgang Pauli in 1930, and are the second most widely available particles, second most widely occurring particles in the universe. The first widely occurring particle in the universe is photons. Second is neutrinos. The first widely occurring particle is photons, second is neutrinos. Neutrinos are so abundant. More than 100 trillion pass through each one of us in seconds. More than 100 trillion neutrinos pass through each one of us in seconds. Neutrinos have no mass or very little mass. The popular myth is neutrinos are cause disaster, or neutrinos cause cancer. No, it's only a myth. Neutrinos will not cause cancer. Neutrinos are not disasters. NGT gave a stay. NGT just gave a stay. We cannot say that it is disastrous or it cause cancer. We cannot certainly say that it is disastrous or cause cancer. It's a very important thing about neutrinos.